Start. I can't see it.
You can't see it?
Is he in?
Yeah. Oh, he's connecting to audio. Yeah, he's in. You still can't see it.
I don't see anything.
I see it. Ben, do you see it?
Hell yeah, I see it. It's phenomenal. Take a picture.
What do you see, Kyle?
I just see us three. I don't see him.
He's down
Right
in the
here.
Yeah,
Andrew, are you live?
Yeah, I can hear you all.
Andy from Palm Springs. Hold on. Let me.
Dang
What
it.
what in the world, Kyle?
I got gallery going.
I see four. I'll see all four of us.
The look on Nate's face is phenomenal. Then when I took this picture,
Send it to me. I can't. I literally can't see
I just
him.
sent it. I just sent it to you. Send it to both of us.
Oh,
He said Shoal Creek.
That's all with you.
why doesn't that pop up?
That's
I
gonna
don't
suck
know.
if nobody can see that on the YouTube video if it's recording your screen.
I think it's recording my screen. Andy, are you there?
I am. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All
Can
the way
you
from
hear
Palm
us?
Springs. Look, he changed it. It pops up as Andy from Palm Springs down there in the corner when he talks.
Yes, it does.
I got to figure this out. I got to
I
figure this
do.
out.
I do kind of have a funny quick story. So, Ben, first of all, I guess you can match my voice, but you will not see my face. So I can't wait until the day. There will be a day.
Oh,
Ben
yeah.
still doesn't know who he is.
I will remember your voice for sure. I mean, that's
so
kind of what I do for a living, having to remember people's voices like when they call in and stuff. So yeah,
Saturday night, I was on my own. My wife was out of town, and I went to have dinner at the AU club, and this guy, when I walked in, there was only a couple people there, and this guy, when I walked in, he said, "Hey, Andy, like, how you doing?" And it threw me for a loop. I don't get called Andy that often, and I played it off for a while. Got a couple free drinks and an appetizer. And then quickly realized that I was certainly not the Andy he thought I was.
Wait,
what now? Wait, you cut off
No,
right
he
there.
wasn't-
Like during the punchline. I couldn't hear you.
He called me Andy. Sorry, I'm trying to get on my headphones so that y'all can't hear my dog running around in the background.
Oh, we're not worried about that.
He called me Andy. I got a couple free drinks, and then he started asking me about my golf game, and I realized that I was not the Andy he thought I was.
Oh, was it? Was that night I was there?
That's
No.
This is
this
past
was
Saturday night.
Yeah, this past Saturday.
So
Oh,
what Andy
wow.
did he think that you were? This is a
I
great
guess
story.
I guess there's an Andy that plays some kind of professional golf from out there, and I think he's like on like a small tour or something, trying to make it. He's asking me about a golf game, and I was like, it's coming along. It's fine.
I mean, I shot 82 the other day. Felt pretty good about it.
Shot
I think I was
85
like,
the
oh
other day.
shit, you are gonna be off the tour soon.
That's phenomenal. And he bought you drinks and appetizers.
So you're thinking
yeah.
like, dude, Dadbod Golf Pod, what's up? I mean, I haven't been on the show yet, and this
I
guy's
was-
just buying me drinks.
I was just trying to figure out who he was. It was like, okay, he knows me.
Apparently, he was trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, he was.
Did you not sneak a picture that you can send to us? Did you not sneak like a picture and say, anybody know who this guy is?
No, I didn't. We were the only two in
He
there.
only does that with Kyle.
That would have been phenomenal.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I hope
a great
maybe
story.
one day. Hopefully, one day I can be that guy. Maybe I can be an Andy one day. Maybe I can be an Andy one day. So I don't know what you're going to be able to see on YouTube. So if I go to speaker view, if I like where only the speaker shows, then he pops up. So
Okay.
like it pops up then, but then it just like switches back and forth from who's speaking, and that gets kind of confusing. So I'm just going to leave it on the gallery and hope whenever we turn this into a video, it just pops up. If you can't see, Andy from Palm Springs did a great picture Photoshop job of his face covered up, and he's in the parking lot of Shoal Creek, and he's got his arm out, and then they photoshopped a picture of me into it. So he did that. He did that.
Closest that Kyle will ever come to Shoal Creek is that photograph.
5'2" Kyle Rush.
Yeah, that is the closest I'll ever get, I guess, because I have no friends.
I will have to go ahead and I will have to post this on Instagram tonight, so that just in case people do know, that they will see that you were on there.
That's great. That's great. All right, it's Would You Rather Wednesday. It's episode 151, and I've heard through the grapevine that we really screwed up Andy's episode today because he had a big one planned for episode 150.
He texted me and he's like, I had a really good Would You Rather set up for 150, but you guys screwed that up pretty good.
Yeah, sorry,
By our
it
little
was the
emergency
weather's
pod.
fault. It was the weather's fault, Andy. So, Andy, I'm gonna let when we get started, we're gonna let Nate's the host, but I want you to initiate at least the scenario, the first scenario, which is the one that you sent about another master scenario. So I want you to put it out there, and then we're all gonna go around the horn and do it. You cool with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right, so that's for me the first one. Okay.
Yep. All right.
Wow, just getting right off to it.
Anything else? Y'all ready to go? Nate, you got your game face on? You ready to hit this thing?
151.
151.
I'm wearing a tie.
Yeah, Nate, you got to do the introduction.
Yeah, Nate's
Oh,
got
yeah.
his tie, got his intro. He's ready to go.
He's
You
got
ready?
his tie with his hoodie, which is phenomenal. You look
Absolutely
fantastic,
phenomenal.
bud.
It
You
actually
look,
the tie plays.
buddy. You look marvelous. You look marvelous.
Marvelous.
Wait, flirt with me, Ben. Okay.
Good deal. All right, ready? Here we go. Episode 150. Hit it.
You're beautiful.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever and wherever you are listening, welcome to episode 151 of the Dad Bod Golf Pod, proudly a member of the Believe Podcast Network. Joining me tonight, two usual suspects and one unusual suspect. Daddy Kyle Rush, Benjamin Taylor, and for the first time ever, under the guise of a photoshopped picture, Andy from Palm Springs live on the podcast for Would You Rather Wednesday. As per usual, I'm your host, Nate Pass, and let's go ahead and get this locked and loaded because this episode is brought to you by Betonline, where the game starts. The tournament is here. It's upon us. It's now. It's happening as we speak, as we listen, as we live, as we breathe. Let's start slapping those tournament buttons. That's all that matters. Forget the casino. Forget European Turkey Basketball League. Let's go March Madness all the way, boys. Slap the tournament buttons.
Thank you, bud.
Woo, I had a margarita at dinner mainly just so I could have an electric Would You Rather Wednesday.
And I'm so fired up, and I'm happy for Andy to be here. Welcome, Andy. You're the first friend for Would You Rather Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I think it's the first friend on Would You Rather Wednesday.
I think you're right.
And it's the first ever.
Too.
It's the first ever hidden mystery friend. So welcome.
I appreciate it. I did my best to bring you to Shoal Creek for the first time. So that's probably as much as I can do for you ever. But so we are less than 4 weeks from the 2022 Masters tournament.
Yeah.
I've dreamed about it for the last 3 days.
Nice.
Even
One of
during
those
the players. Yeah.
During the players, mainly hoping that the weather could get that crazy, but like on Sunday at the Masters.
Oh,
So like we don't want to suspend play, but like 35-mile-an-hour winds
that'd be pretty cool.
coming down the
12?
stretch.
Love
Coming
that.
into 12, headwind, crazy.
And you gotta hit putter.
water balls everywhere. Balls
Love it.
everywhere.
Guys are hitting 6-iron into 12.
He just said balls everywhere.
I did. On the broadcast, I don't know who said it. Yesterday, he started talking about space balls, talking about balls being everywhere, and he quickly corrected himself.
That's great. That's great. All right. So what's your diabolical scenario number one?
All right, so bringing the Masters in, I sent this one to Nate. He goes to all caps, usually when it's a good one. This was definitely an all caps response. So open-ended question, what would you do for a lifetime, no expense membership to Augusta? What would you put on the line? That's it. Ben, this should be so easy. There's literally no rules. It's so open-ended.
That's scary. That's the scary thing.
you know you're a listener or whatever. It's like Ben.
All right,
there's no
Ben, you have a
rules.
20-minute timer. See if you can get in under that and go.
That's as soon as this scenario, because it was a little homework needed to be done. You warned us about this, Nate. You said this was coming. And I immediately, both scenarios that you hinted on today, I immediately came up with an answer. So I'm going to go with the first thing that came to my gut, because I started thinking about things a little bit later on. And I was like, no, because Nate said it needs to be ludicrous. It needs to be stupid. It needs to be something that probably somebody wouldn't guess. And I'm the older gentleman of the crew. And I still would get on the newest movie and episode of the movie Jackass, and I would do those stunts with them if I could be a member of Augusta. And
Every one of them.
I think that y'all would love every moment of it with me just getting hammered.
Would you
In the balls.
So what you're
Yes.
saying is you would put your member in a mouse costume and let a boa constrictor bite it.
Yes,
Because that was
it would be it. I'm kind of hoping I'd get luck of the draw. Like I was even thinking, I don't know if you ever saw the one Jackass where Johnny Knoxville, he was back and he received a punt from the University of Tennessee football team.
Yeah.
And he had no blockers. Like he was going to try to return the punt against the punt coverage unit.
Yeah.
And I was like, that would be something the guys would make me do.
You would eat actual horse shit.
Let's try to
you
stay
take
away
paper
from
cuts
stuff
between
that,
your toes?
yeah, I was going to say, let's try to stay away from stuff that would, one, hurt my junk. Number two,
So
where I would I'd have to eat and puke. So everything else is pretty much fair game.
I think you need to strap up to Preston and do that thing where they jumped off the edge of the bridge, and like Wee Man jumps off and it starts to pull Preston off, and they're connected by the elastic straps.
And it would be me and Wee Man. That would probably be pretty.
Yeah,
good and
you're
funny.
strapped to Wee Man in that scenario.
Yes. Okay. That's pretty good. There's some intense
I'm
stuff
Ben
on
Taylor,
there.
and welcome to Jackass.
I'm a little worried. You said anything but your junk, but there's a lot in Jackass that involves like the other side.
Would
of
you?
the downside.
Yeah.
Yeah, the throwing up part. That's something. I mean,
He's talking about butthole, actually.
oh yeah, that's part of junk. Junk, taint related.
Okay. Let me ask you this: you'll take an orange when the one where you got to take a highlight shot with an orange out of that thing coming in about 160. You're good with that? That's what you're going to take some of that.
I mean, man, I'd have to. I mean, I
You
can't
have to.
put
It's
restrictions on
Augusta.
everything. I mean, I did say, he just said there was no rules. Andy said there was no rules. So I'm making the rule that I can't hurt my manhood and I don't want to puke. So the rest of it, I'm kind of stuck doing if
Johnny
that's what
Knoxville let someone shoot him with a bulletproof vest on, and it left like a.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
That was
Yeah.
intense.
That was rough.
Hey, it's a
I know.
membership to
I'd
Augusta.
probably double up there, Andy.
But then you could do some of the fun ones where they all go like rent a random car, and then they all have like a derby with it, and they try to return the car.
Or
As I said, it depends on the episode because they're only they only do a certain amount of stunt. Like they don't do every. That's why they got the different characters. Not every one of them do it. So I mean, as I said, it would be like the MTV episodes. I mean, you got 45 minutes to put me in like a couple of scenarios that's really going to mess me up.
and
You're
you're in.
rolling with Johnny Knoxville, but you're not going to pull the Steve-O stunts.
Yeah.
No, there's no chance. Like that's the thing, especially back in the day when he was high the entire time. No, I'm not doing that.
Okay, this is the one that you have to do. And if you do this, I say it's good enough. You have to let them tie a string to your tooth and rip it out with a Lamborghini.
Okay.
Your front tooth. That was the best one.
Or you have to sit there where they have a jet engine and they're like throwing stuff up in the jet engine. And it's
Yeah. Oh man, that's great. Jackass, what a great show what a terrible show, but what a great show when we were in high school. That was awesome.
wow.
Good job, Ben. I like that one. Who's next?
I didn't
Andy-
take yours, did I, Nate?
No, Andy, did you come up with an answer for this for your own question?
I have an extensive answer.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
cool.
might as well
Wow.
go ahead and get started.
Well, go ahead, Andy. Let's go ahead and get yours.
All right, so I have a list, and this is all like inclusive here. This is compounding list.
Oh, wow.
I'll do all 5 of these things, or one of them if I could get in with one. But
No,
so I kind
give
of
me all
thought
5.
of this question a little bit different. I kind of thought to myself, like, how could I prove myself to the members of Augusta?
Exactly.
So number 1 on my list, I would eat strictly egg salad sandwiches for 1 year straight.
Holy cow.
Only.
365 days.
Now listen, that is putting like my marriage in jeopardy. Think about egg salad 5 days in. Imagine
You act like my
60
wife's
bucks.
going to be totally okay with me being on Jackass.
Well,
I just met Ben's wife. She would let him do Jackass.
But this
Be on the front row. Like, oh yes, Ben. Ain't that shit?
the number 2, I would give up
Literal
my
shit.
cell phone for an entire year.
Oh, wow. You'd give up your cell phone and
Do you think-
Very
exile.
Augusta-like.
Do you think about that? That's, I have to use my phone for work like everybody else. So I'm jeopardizing my job. I do think I get my job back with an Augusta membership.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Bargaining
You
chip.
just
You're
be
getting
the guy who catches me and
pretty-
Ben when we break
You're
in.
probably going to get plenty of job offers with
Right,
an Augusta. Yeah.
Right. Pretty sure I'm getting a job anywhere at that point. Number 3, I would bathe in pimento cheese at least weekly.
At least weekly.
feel like you're open and do it more than weekly.
I did say at least.
You act like you
At
said that
least.
you said you were doing stuff that would impress the members. I don't know that bathing in pimento chease ranks up there.
I don't know. He said at least.
man.
So like they may say they want it 3 times.
At
a
least
week.
on my list
Golly.
is in caps. I mean, it
Yeah.
is right.
He has no problem with dating.
At
if that's what it
least.
takes.
Number
At
4.
least.
Number 4, and this is a new one because I didn't know this till last Friday, but I would eliminate every single squirrel on the course, and I would do it only using like a toothpick and a straw, like a dart gun. Like if that's what it required, like a coffee straw with a toothpick. I don't know if y'all used to do that as kids.
Yeah.
Like that's,
Oh,
it
yeah.
can be deadly. It can be
Oh,
deadly.
yeah.
I would practice as long as I need to make that a deadly shot with a toothpick.
As crazy as it
and then-
sounds, the first 3 things sounds way more realistic than the one you just said.
So I
Yeah.
was thinking today I might start practicing actually with the toothpick.
You should.
It's been a while. It's probably been 15 years since I.
While you're
tried,
at it,
but-
I say you go ahead and start practicing that bathing a weekly with pimento cheese too.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
lot
gonna.
of-
I think that might be the marriage issue.
You know that they
Nah,
you know
nah,
they
nah,
put-
nah, nah.
you know that there's human in the pimento cheese. I don't know if you knew
My-
that.
My wife loves to go to Costco, so don't worry about the marriage part. But
That's great.
number 5, last, and like I said, these are compounding. I would have to. I'd probably trim every single blade of grass. This is the most realistic, but I would trim every single blade of grass on that course with fingernail clippers if it meant a lifetime
That's
membership
realistic.
to Augusta.
That would take you the entire year to do. You would have to do that.
I don't think you can do it in a year.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I
That's
didn't say
amazing.
anything about a year.
Wow.
I just said I would trim every blade of grass.
True.
That's intense. And it was themed. That's what I love. It was themed.
It was master.
My list is kind of themed too. Sidebar. This little sidebar. We got a DM on Instagram about after that Augusta episode we did a couple of days ago. And the guy said he was at a practice round and they're talking about the squirrel thing. He finds an empty shotgun shell on the ground. And he takes it to one of the he puts it in his pocket and he takes it around to one of the green jackets and he's like, look what I found on the ground. He goes, well, I guess you never seen squirrels around here, have you? So there's your answer. That was pretty awesome. I love that kind of stuff. Way to go, Andy. That was epic.
That would have been a better story if that guy would have looked at him. If the member would have looked at the guy that
And
showed
then
him,
shot
the
him with a
shell.
shotgun.
No, and looked at him and said, "You saw nothing."
You saw nothing and you say nothing
And
He
you
just
say
like
nothing.
slowly takes the shell.
It
he
swallows
eats
it.
and swallows it.
That's why- that would have been even better. Takes
Exactly.
the shell, swallows it, and says, "You
Who
saw
said,
nothing."
who said that? I
That
can't
was
tell when
Andy.
Andy.
I said
talks.
eat it and he said swallow it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, who's next?
I don't mind going last, or I don't mind going now.
All
I mean,
right,
I feel
I'll go ahead and go. So mine is all I went for. Let's go for the most embarrassing golf things, and I'm going to do them and for life, basically. So, number 1 on my list, iron covers. I will sheathe the wrenches for life with iron covers with my initials on them. Okay.
They won't let you go to Augusta.
Yeah.
and
So
play.
iron covers with my initials, like type monogrammed or something like that on it. Then we're gonna go number 2. I will tee off exclusively off of brush tees for the rest of my life. It will be. I will have the different sizes. I'll have the go long, the 3-wood brush tee. I will exclusively hit off of brush tees for the rest of my life.
Wait, will you be the guy that has the string with the extra T attached to it? Have y'all seen that? So you don't
What-
lose your T.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like it's going to be, yeah, exactly. I'll have a retractable brush tee that at all times.
Oh gosh, you'll put them back in the case at the end of the round.
Exactly. Oh yeah, the little plastic thing. Yes, I'll have all that lined up in the cart perfectly. I will carry a 9-wood and I will really hype it up all the time. I will put a 9-wood in the bag, talk about how it's changed my game. I will carry it, be proud of it, a 9-wood at all times. I will carry in my bag an unsheathed ball retriever. It will be obnoxiously like, you know how you see in high school, the guys with the long antennas with the tennis ball on it. It'll be long. It'll be above everything. Very noticeable ball retriever in the bag 100% of the time, unsheathed. So there's no hiding.
Like every hole
at
at Augusta.
Yeah.
You have to every
You're
time
on
you
12 at Augusta. Fishing balls
okay,
out
not only do you have to carry the ball retriever at every body of water that you walk by,
you gotta get at least 3 balls out.
Yeah, you have to stop. There's no choice. You have to
I'm
stop.
that guy.
Pro V1.
Oh, Max Fly, black dot.
It's a
Got
noodle.
Got it.
I don't think there's ever been a Max Fly hit at Augusta National. I don't think there is.
And then here's the last one. And then this will really show you how much it would mean to me. Okay. Augusta's what, 3.5, 4 hours away, maybe ish. So the odds of me playing there very often is low, but I mean, I'd still get to go play, obviously, whenever I could get a free weekend or whatever. I would sacrifice any golf outside of Augusta for 3 years. I would play exclusively Augusta and Augusta only. Nowhere else. Not even no tournaments, no nothing, no AU club on Thursdays or whenever we can find a game. Never. I will never play around for 3 years anywhere else but Augusta. That's how much it was.
I actually thought about that one too. I thought that was one of the ones
that's maybe what, 10 times a year, 10, 12 times a year, maybe, that I would get to play. So that's what I would do. I would be a range warrior anywhere else, but I would never play golf anywhere else for 3 years outside of Augusta.
Shish.
And I would go.
That would verge on. You would have to take the wife and kids with you because you would have to leave you'd have to take a lot of Fridays off, leave Thursday, play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then come back.
Yep. I don't think that's encouraged. I don't think they encourage you to play very often.
Yeah. I mean,
but you'll figure it out once you become a member.
I mean, they don't encourage it, but they also, once you become a member, you'll figure it out. Figure it out, Bob.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that's pretty diabolical list, right?
That's kind of the fact that you'd have a 9-wood, a ball retriever, and iron covers all in your bag and brush tees. Like as soon as you walk from the parking lot, you're already kind of a weirdo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they look at your bag.
You're ostracized before you get to the.
It's a staff bag too. You can't have a carry bag.
Whatever. It doesn't matter at this point. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I also took the list route, but I tried to incorporate some of our favorite PGA Tour pros into this list. So, number one, I had 5 things, and I would do all 5 of these. Number one, I would take a semester-long course taught by Bryson DeChambeau called "How to Be a Better Person."
And you know who is?
He would go long every day.
And the thing is if he can't make it that day, his sub is going to be Billy Horschel.
Oh, Billy's probably on this list. Billy's probably on this list.
Class is only taught at 10 p.m.
Yes.
Love it.
The second thing I'd do is I would do marriage counseling for Lucas Glover and his wife.
I already chose that I would do that in one of ours earlier in the year.
Oh man, Nate's married somebody before, so he's you're qualified.
Two people.
Yeah.
4 people total. That's how it works. Okay. The third thing I do is I would caddy for Smiley Kaufman and member guest.
Yeah. If he ever listens to one of these episodes, we're gonna get shellacked when we go to Birmingham.
Hey Bob, you're popping on this one. Hit the 5-iron, you're popping.
Hey, listen, these guys, 3-time defending 4th flight champions, we've got to take them down.
Lay up here, Bob, you're popping. Don't worry, it's a 5-4.
Here's the best. Nate arguing with me.
It's a 6-5 Kaufman. We're still in it.
Okay.
Nate'd be
all
the
right.
best because there they are in a scramble, and Nate'd be going, I don't like it. I do not like that club. I do not like it.
Oh gosh.
The fourth thing I would do is I would caddy for Matt Kuchar in an event that I knew he was going to win because I wouldn't get paid anything.
Yeah. There you go.
Patrick Reed doesn't make this last one. You're not getting into Augusta.
What's that?
Oh, if
Patrick Reed is
does
not the
make
last
this.
list.
If he doesn't make
I
this,
think after you hear this one, I try to think of a good Patrick Reed one, but I think after you hear this one, you'll agree. I will travel through the Middle East as Phil Mickelson's bodyguard.
Oh. Holy cow.
I hope you're taking a ship because you're gonna need some artillery.
Wow.
Oh man.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he said it. So what?
fantastic.
Oh, that was absolutely electric. Travel through Saudi Arabia as Phil Mickelson's bodyguard. Oh man, I think we all get in. I think we'd all get in. What do you think? Does anybody who doesn't get in out of these four? I mean, I feel like all those.
Ben,
I'd say I'd take them all, but if we're all getting green jackets, Ben gets like the one that's like 3 sizes too small.
You can't button the front.
it's like what's his name in Paul
Fat
the Bride when he's
guy
up
in
there
a
trying to get
little
his,
coat.
his tuxedo on.
Fat guy in a little
The
coat.
thing is, you guys
Tommy,
act like I wouldn't rock the hell out of it too.
you would, Ben. You would.
Ironically enough, Ben's the only one here that owns a green jacket.
That is true.
It's good.
Real fake
Good old
green jacket.
Good old profile pic. Let's go ahead and just go right into that. Was great. I'm lightheaded. Let's go right into scenario 2. Nate, hit us with scenario number 2.
Okay, we're gonna go with pick a PGA Tour pro to accompany you in a bank robbery. Okay.
He was
So
so excited.
you-
for this.
And one PGA Tour pro, front door, do your thing, heading out. Okay.
Oh, love it. Love it. Can I go first? I'm going first.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So here's my pro. And I got this. I'm picking this guy for 2 reasons. Okay. I'm robbing the bank with Patrick Reed. And the reason is, A, he'd be easy to outrun, and I have no problem backstabbing him.
I've already thought about that too. I'm wondering what fat guy that I'm going to take with me to rob the bank.
I could outrun him, and I would rat if I had to, and I would have no issues with it. Backstab with Patrick Reed.
I know too that I'm not robbing the bank with, and that's going to be Hovland and Damon because they will rat anybody out. So I'm not doing that. Those guys.
That's a great point. That's a great
Those
point.
2 guys are
Dang.
out.
Did he rob the bank? I mean, I'm skeptical
From my view,
that he's innocent.
from my view, it looked like he did rob the bank.
Yeah.
And
Right up
maybe
there.
you got
Right up there,
episode
way
last
up there.
night.
way. Oh.
This is a bad robbery, and I've never
Had a
been
bad
in a bad
robbery in
robbery
my
before.
life.
But you know,
Oh yeah, same with Berger because he's gonna bitch about the amount of money that we just were able to take from the
Yeah.
place. So yeah, I'm not taking him either.
So who are you taking?
Andy is currently like, shit. I had Berger.
Yeah, I was thinking the same route as you.
Yeah.
But then I thought, nope. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get somebody that's a planner, somebody that's an overthinker, and I'm gonna go with
Oh.
Bryson DeChambeau.
Oh
'Cause
my
I think
God!
that-
You're like Mission Impossible. Y'all would have everything.
I
He
think
would
that
be
he
a
would.
bull in a
He's so
China
sensitive.
shop, Ben. He would hit every single thing in the shot. He would set every sensor off
And
in
the
the
thing
bank.
is he wants to talk to people, so I don't have to outrun him because he's going to stay and talk to the cops and explain how he just did all of that. So
That's
that
a
way
good
I'm
point.
the one that's getting away.
That's actually a good point.
Is Kyle Berkshire going to be else getaway driver?
Come on,
man, we got to
get back
to the house and hit some bombs.
Blackout. You
Your
always got to
getaway-
say blackout. That's
Your
the
getaway car is definitely convertible, so his hair can flow in the wind.
best.
There is no doubt.
There's no doubt. about it.
going to press the gas until I black out.
I don't even think he talks like that
He doesn't.
at all.
It's just Nate doing that.
Oh man, Andy, I want you to go next.
All right, good, because I was getting a little worried somebody was going to take it. So
It happens a lot on here, by the way.
I'm going with Kyle's boy toy.
Oh,
I'm going with Rory. And the reason I say that, think about how many times Rory has like just lost his temper on the course, broken clubs, thrown clubs, lost clubs, and like 2 days later, the case completely disappears.
It's true.
Everybody
gets swept under the rug.
Everybody forgets, and everybody still talks about how great of a guy he is, and just never brings it back up. And I think like me robbing a bank with Rory, that case just like falls off the wall into the trash can and gets lost forever.
That's good. That is strategy right there.
That
is expert.
I was so pissed that he didn't think of that.
Why didn't I think about that? All I was thinking about was backstabbing. Because more than likely, I'm going to get caught, and they're going to be like, "Look, you're going to get 5 years unless you tell us who you're with." I'm be like, "Patrick Reed." It was 100%.
You guys ever heard of? You guys
And it
ever
was
heard
his
of Fat
idea.
Prick Reed?
And it was his
That
idea.
Rick Reed. Yeah. Well, that
I heard
guy.
of Patrick, but
All right,
right.
Nate.
I am going to head into First Savings Bank with Hideki Matsuyama. First of all, he doesn't speak English, which I think could be good if we ever get caught. He's always wearing sunglasses, so he's kind of already got the whole built-in mask thing. He's got the getaway car hookup. You know, nobody's going to look for us in a Lexus driving down the road after we rob
That's
this
true.
bank. And then we could always just kind of head to Japan if things, get hot. So,
He knows the guy. He can get you there.
yeah, me and Hideki Matsuyama
just
Diabolical team right there.
heading in.
hey,
Yeah.
but just don't get caught in his backswing.
If he ever starts to do the backswing, you'll never get away. You'll never get away. That was great. Oh man.
Hideki, take that guy out over there. Okay.
Yeah, he's just gonna stand in the front. And if anybody moves, I'm just gonna have him like with a mat. He's just gonna get surgical, Jake.
Or like you think you got away scot free, but he like throws his hands up in the air. And it's like we left
Scot-free.
$100. We left $100. We left $100 in there out of this million.
So it's gonna be. Has Ben gone yet?
Yeah, Bryson.
Yeah, Ben and Bryson, Kyle and Fat Prick Reed,
Yes.
and then Andy and Rory and Nate and Hideki.
Yeah.
Who gets the most money?
Oh
Should
man.
have taken Cooper.
I would say-
He would have been
I
so
would say
stingy. He
Rory-
would have taken
Rory
all.
and
I'm gonna go
Andy
with
are-
Andy and Rory.
Rory and Andy are on the way to a big payout.
The thing is Roy could probably walk in there like sweet and innocent and literally ask him to have it before he snapped on him.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think me and Hideki will communicate very well. I think that'll.
I don't think. Yeah, I think you
I'm
guys
not
are definitely the poorest out of all of us, Nate.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that was the least.
Okay, well, you picked
functional.
Bryson, so
At
I'm
least
definitely
Bryson
just
will
a
have that
Robin.
place entirely scouted out. We will know every nook and cranny of the place that we're robbing. I promise you.
yes, and you'll try and jump over the counter and pull your loan. So
Oh man. All right, let's hit the last scenario. Scenario number 3.
this one's really specifically just for Andy, and
Okay.
it's kind of about us.
Okay.
So I told
Oh.
Andy to take the last 3 holes of TPC Sawgrass if you were teeing off on number 1. Okay.
Okay.
And on the line here, I guess we should just say prison.
It has to be prison. Someone
it's gotta
asked
be a month
specifically.
in prison.
It's always prison.
But you've got to assign each of the last 3 holes. You got to assign 1 hole to each of us, Nate, Ben, and Kyle.
Mm.
And it has to be played even par or better. So
Okay.
16,
Oh
17,
man,
18
you
has
are
to be played
totally
even par or
screwed on
better.
18 because none of us are draw hitters. You are screwed on 18,
No,
regardless of who you take.
we're gonna be
There
drunk.
was, there was a little bit of strategy here. I'll say that.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
and my strategy was based around like none of y'all winning. Just like
Yikes.
All right, let's hit it.
Go ahead with 16.
How if we get his, can we then give ours? Who we would?
We can. This was originally going to be each of us doing 17 and 18. And then when Andy was going to join, then I
Okay.
kind of flipped it and let Andy do 16,
All right.
17, and 18.
All right.
So it's just like a rare time where a third party listener can talk about the 3 of us without us really
I got you.
having any input.
Love it. I love it.
yeah. So starting with 16, I went with Nate. From what I know, I've never played golf with Nate, but from what I know, he's not a super long hitter. But here's the thing that I didn't really think about that y'all talk about all the time, went right over my head. He is a good short game player, good up and down, and he's only aiming for par.
Right.
So it is doable. It is doable. However,
For
there
sure.
is some pressure on the line. And Nate is the only one that's played this course, from what I understand, right?
True. That's
Yeah.
true. What'd you have on 16,
maybe-
Nate?
Bogeyed it.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. And now, so Nate gets up to 16 and he's thinking to himself, when I was 14, I bogeyed this hole.
From the green tees.
Yeah.
Now that I'm 17, no, just kidding. I'm joking.
I'm 26. 12 years ago. That's almost half my life ago.
All right.
All right.
17.
17, I gave to you, Ben.
I think it's
doable.
pretty
Reason
tough.
being, again, I'm just going to go ahead and say, like, I really just set Kyle up to lose.
On purpose. Okay.
Originally, Ben, I will say I was going to take 17, mainly because, like, my odds of hitting a green that's surrounded by water versus hitting a green that's surrounded by land are, like, the exact same. Like, like, it doesn't change, you know.
That's a
either
great
hit the
point.
green or not.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of the same for you, Ben. I don't know, man. I think I did originally feel like you couldn't make it, so they brought the other 13 handicapper in to talk about this.
Oh, man.
What do you think Ben's
Wow.
handicap is?
Yeah. What do you think my handicap is?
I said the other 13er, so I'm assuming it's 13.
It's not.
Dang.
Goodness.
All right. No respect.
I can't wait to gamble with Andy from Palm Springs.
I gotta say, I would probably put Ben on 17 too. I'd put Ben on 17. I give him an 8-iron and tell him to swing hard and be
Yeah.
right there in the middle of the green.
I would say Ben is an absolute liability on 16 or 18.
I completely agree.
17 though. 17. I like Ben all day long right there.
Kyle, you have a chance on 18, but I know you can spray it.
Yeah.
And I just want to
But
see.
he sprays
you know,
it right. He does
You
spray
get-
it right.
You gave these guys some shit about hitting, from the pine straw and it rolling in the water.
Yeah.
I want to see you do it.
Oh,
What are you going to do?
No, I'm gonna barely get it out and then hit like a 6-iron in the green probably and have to chip up and 2-putt for a double. It's probably what's gonna happen.
And
I
looks
think
like
I'd
we've
go-
got our work cut out for us.
I'd go 5-iron wedge.
Yeah, that's probably the best. That's literally that's probably not a bad idea at all.
Yeah,
Go
I think your driver is better off in the lake next to the tee box than it is in your hands teeing off on.
Oh
18.
yeah, I might Matthew Wolf my driver to start before I actually hit the ball. Just kind of like nonchalantly toss it over in the lake and then just bun it around and hopefully I get up and down. I like it.
That's why I put.
And then quickly go get it out of the lake.
Yeah.
After when nobody's looking and it's kind of semi-dark, run over there and get it. It's
If
a
it's,
sim too. You kidding me?
if it's the three of us, Kyle's got 16 in my group because he's getting home in 2 easily. I think he's getting home in 2. I'm taking 17 because I don't mind the 140 to 145 shot. And then Nate, honestly, if he's going to go right because he's going to hit his cut, he also is like me, hits the ball low. I'm taking him because he can get out of the trash and be up there around the green.
I want Nate on 18 all day.
Yeah, I want Nate on 18 all day long.
Thank you guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
I want him on
Yeah,
18 because he's going to be, even if there's a chance he's going to hit it dead straight. But if he cuts it and he gets over there in the woods, he's got the shot to get out from under those trees from the pine straw and be up there by the green. And then he's going to be up and down. With that pin in the front, he's up and down easily.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, he would have to really get under one. He'd have to really get under one to get it up in the tree.
Yeah.
Did
From-
I
from
tell
over.
y'all what happened to me on 18?
No.
Yeah, you
hit
did.
water.
Yeah, you did.
I
Go.
barred 17 and I kept that same ball, almost hit it in the water on 18. I'm like 6 feet away from the water and I whiff it that dribbled the 6 feet into the water
Mm.
with that ball, which I'm real big on, like keeping the ball, like sentimentality.
Yeah.
Yeah, it like bounced on the wooden piece right there before
Yeah,
the water.
on the
It like
plank.
bounced on that and then
Oh, man.
HX Tour.
Sucks. Yeah, it's
HX
a
Tour.
HX Tour. Yeah, I love it.
We'll always have that
Nate
par.
took his shirt off the first time on a public course.
Yeah, he went diving in after it.
Yeah, come hold my hand.
I hold my legs. I'm
I was
going
wearing
down.
plaid shorts that came down to my shins
They were long.
back in the day.
They were
I didn't even post
long
the videos.
shorts. The antithesis of what you are today. The antithesis.
Agreed.
I almost put that I'd wear plaid shorts on my list to get into Augusta. Like
How about Sahal? Is it not
Lahiri.
Those were might have won if he had worn different pants.
I love those shoes. I told you when we were watching it at Airport Motors, I love those pants.
So we were watching it at Airport Motors, and he was talking about how he loves his pants. And one of Ben's daughters was like, "Yeah, well, you wear like the weirdest pants ever. Like you wear like plaid Auburn pants to match your buddy." So no, Dad.
Yeah. We had our stream song trip. That's what we all bought the plaid orange and blue shorts to wear down there on the final day.
You know, the guy that you guys were haggling with on Twitter today is the superintendent at Stream Song.
Yeah, what a jackass that guy is. I think
Don't go.
I really want
You're the golfiest McGolferson.
Yeah, he's the golfiest guy that's ever lived. He hits out of every divot, out of every pitch mark.
Told him to shut the hell up.
He's just superintendent. Be like, hey, maybe if there'd been superintendent been out there doing his job.
That's where we should have.
I came real close because there were a couple of greens that were really screwed up when we were down there. I was like, Bub, I think you got other issues to worry about. Why don't you leave us alone and go concentrate on your own course?
Your course gave my buddy the shanks. Go ahead. Yes, you can.
Can I say one thing about the y'all talking about the pitch mark?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't players like pay for like a third party official to follow them around? Like they could get very now as much money on the line as there was on the players. Give that guy $10,000 to follow you around after you made the cut.
I mean, I'm with you.
You can bring them in the ropes every now and then. DJ brought like 40 people in the ropes to find his golf ball.
Yeah.
What ruling would that guy give you?
Well, it wouldn't be. He couldn't rule. He couldn't rule on it.
So here's my thing about that is, what if you pipe a drive down the middle and it hits the sprinkler head and dives dead right into the water? I mean, you should be able to drop in the fairway.
No, because that scenario was brought up too, where somebody said, "Well, I don't hear you guys complaining about it going and snap hooking in the woods and kicking out in the fairway." And I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, that's that. You know, then you're
that's part of the course. That's a natural. A tree
exactly. That's
is a natural part of the course. A ball's pitch mark in the middle of the fairway is not a natural.
Yeah, somebody put that there.
It's a good point. If the ball stops on the sprinkler head, you get free relief.
Exactly.
It's a great point. God, coming from the top rope. Every time you speak, it's like God speaking because I can't see you. It's like you're the hall monitor or something.
I'm actually just sitting in the parking lot at Shoal Creek.
Oh,
I just drove there for the podcast.
It is a phenomenal parking lot too, by the way.
It's a pretty dope parking lot.
There's no litter anywhere.
It's not.
It's
little cottages everywhere. It's phenomenal.
One day.
My only other thing, I don't understand why y'all didn't or haven't covered Zach Johnson just accidentally hitting the ball on these practice shots
for the third time.
Fourth time.
Yeah, this is probably the third or fourth time. That's probably why we did.
This is the second.
And
time
then he just teed up again. Was that
he
a first round or was
he didn't address the ball? That rule's been around for a long. Like I had a buddy that was playing in a junior tournament and he didn't know that was the rule, and nobody corrected him, and he went ahead and played his ball from the friggin' tee box without teeing it up and counted the stroke.
I'm not worried about the strokes, but is that not the most embarrassing thing to get up there, even like on a Sunday round with your boys, and you do that, and like you shank one over and it hits somebody's shin? Like
he did it at the Masters.
It's oddly impressive how well it goes, like directly
right. Yeah,
he did at the Masters. He did at the last Waste Management Open, and then 2 weeks later just did it again. Like what is he?
You don't ever think maybe he'd take like a quarter of a step back before he takes that practice swing?
Well, the one at the Masters was kind of weird because he was actually standing behind the ball and he just was kind of half-ass swinging the club. This was a full-on like
hit the tee mark
swing that he.
But
did.
I mean, yeah,
I'm like you on this last one. This last one, it's like clearly you see you're close to the ball. What are you doing? I've said that when guys.
Is it a game now? Is it a game now that he's like, y'all watch? Let's see how close I can get.
Hey, I'm 8 over, and I'm on my 36 hole.
I do wonder if he's got some sort of little. I don't understand how.
Hey, is he trying to win the PIP? Is that what he's trying to do?
Little man syndrome.
Well, inside, like there's a bet out there for how many times Zach Johnson accidentally hits the ball.
I got the over on CJ smacking it 4 times.
This last one was by far the worst.
Oh, it was straight into the crowd.
Yeah, it was a full swing.
It was good.
All the rest of them, he's just kind of half-assing swinging a club, not paying attention. You see it happening. This time, he sets up like
He was
away
gonna
from the
get-
ball and still reaches out and touches it with the toe of his club.
That was a full 265 right there.
Yes, it was.
And if he'd have squared that up, it was a full 265
Yes.
right off the tip of the head. That was yeah. Why? I mean, why? Like, what do we do? I think we start penalizing them from now on. Like at this point in time, you've gotten 3 shots at it. You do it
Yeah.
again, you lose a stroke for just being dumb.
We shouldn't say anything to him until after the next Ryder Cup. Then we can start giving him
Yeah,
hell.
he's
But
coach.
Yeah,
right
we
now.
gotta let
He's
him go
coach
ahead.
right now.
Yeah, he's got to bring home a win.
So
Keep his head
There's-
clear.
what is the difference? All right, so you can put a ball on a tee and you can like haphazardly knock it off the tee and whatnot, and it doesn't count against you. You put a ball on your ball marker. If the wind blows it off, it's in play. Explain that, how that works.
I still think you're looking at 2 different scenarios though, because the tee that has everything to do with addressing the ball. It's the same way when you're putting on a practice putting stroke. If you accidentally hit the ball, you get to replace it. Like you haven't addressed it yet.
But you can't blow, but the wind can't blow it.
But that's what that's what I'm
Off your-
saying. You-
That's
Yeah.
So the wind can't blow your ball off. It makes total sense, Ben. The wind can't blow your ball off a mark, but you can accidentally knock your ball off a tee and it doesn't count. But the wind
Or
puts
the
No,
your
I'm
wind-
just saying
the wind
I'm-
can
I-
blow your ball off the tee and you can re-tee.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
the scenario you need to be comparing it to. The wind can blow your ball
I'm
off
going
the tee.
extreme the other way. I'm going like that's what I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you extreme versus not extreme. Okay. That's what I'm trying to paint the picture here. So it's just it's crazy. Golf rules are crazy. I still say pitch mark. That's the dumbest thing. And
Why don't you
Gowan-
send that scenario to the stream song guy? I'm sure he's got an answer for you. That guy knows
Oh, yeah.
everything.
something
Hey,
about
when you're over in Saudi with Phil, just whisper that one in their ear and see if Phil will post that on Instagram.
hey, we threatened them last night. We said we're going straight to a Saudi golf podcast if they didn't change that rule.
I think
I
we
don't know
need
if
to
you
go
heard that.
straight. We should just go straight to Phil. Obviously, he's not scared to say something about it.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like that guy.
maybe
You just
now.
tell him to say stuff, and they just say it.
His PR guy's he's in a different mode right now.
Hey, dude, I bet you won't go tell that girl that she's got a big wart on her forehead. I'll do it.
I bet you won't tell them guys right there with machetes that they chop people's heads off. And he does.
Hey, you guys ever chopped the head off with that thing?
Absolutely.
That's a small
Oh.
hand to be holding that machete.
Oh man. Oh boy. All right. Let's go ahead and get off this thing before it gets any further off the rails. Andy from Palm Springs, thank you for joining the first ever friend on Would You Rather Wednesday. Brought some awesome scenarios. We really appreciate it. Guys, great Wednesday. We'll get back with you on Friday. Possibly could have a fun announcement on Friday. So just stick it out. If it's not Friday, it'll probably almost for sure be on Monday. So just hang out, wait. Cool stuff coming around the bend. Episode 151 of the Dadbod Golf Pod.
No way.
No way.
Stroking.
Um,